Take a deep breath for a moment. Release the tension in your body. Let go of the need to figure everything out and consider this possibility. What if the thing you have been praying for, visualizing and imagining is closer than you think? What if the only thing standing between you and your desire is not time, not circumstances, and not other people, but your inability to relax into the feeling that it is already yours? Most people spend their lives chasing. They chase success, love, money, recognition, and happiness, believing that once they finally get what they want, they will feel secure, grateful, fulfilled. But what if they have it backwards? What if fulfillment comes first? What if the feeling is not the result of the manifestation, but the cause of it? Think about how much energy is wasted on worrying, doubting, checking for results, and wondering when things will happen. So many people delay their happiness until some future event arrives, waiting for life to begin. But life begins the moment you change your state, the moment you stop chasing and start becoming, the moment you stop forcing and start allowing. Stay with me, because today we explore a powerful truth. Receiving is not something you struggle to achieve, it is something you relax into. We will discover why feeling is the true key to transformation, why effort often creates resistance, and why trust is more powerful than control. So open your mind, open your heart, allow yourself to enter a new possibility, a possibility where you no longer chase your dreams but become them. If there is one principle that can transform the way you approach your goals and your entire life, it is this: feeling is the secret to receiving. Most people believe that what they want is external: more money, a better relationship, a new opportunity, better health, greater success. They spend years trying to change circumstances, hoping that once the outer world changes, they will finally feel fulfilled. But every desire is connected to a feeling. What people truly seek is not the thing itself, but the emotional experience they believe that thing will bring. Why does someone want wealth? Not for the numbers in a bank account, but for the freedom, security, confidence, and peace of mind. Why does someone desire a loving relationship? For connection, joy, acceptance, and companionship. Why does someone pursue success? For significance, achievement, and fulfillment. In every case, the thing desired is linked to a feeling. The feeling is what you are really asking for. Yet most people make a critical mistake. They postpone the feeling until after the result appears. They tell themselves, when I get the money, then I will feel secure. When I find the relationship, then I will feel loved. When I achieve the goal, then I will feel fulfilled. They place the feeling in the future and keep living in a state of lack in the present. The secret is to reverse that process. Instead of waiting for the feeling to come after the manifestation, allow the feeling to come before it. This changes everything. When you consciously enter the feeling of your fulfilled desire, you shift your whole state of being. You stop identifying with the version of yourself who waits, hopes, and lacks. You begin identifying with the version who already possesses what you seek. Imagine someone who wants financial abundance but constantly worries about money and focuses on limitations. They are emotionally rehearsing scarcity. But if they cultivate gratitude, confidence, and sufficiency, something changes even before circumstances improve. The feeling is not merely an emotion, it is a state of being, and states of being shape perception, behavior, and experience. Think how differently you see the world when you feel confident compared to when you feel insecure. Opportunities look different, interactions change. The world did not change, but your experience of it did. That is why feeling matters so much. The feeling impresses the deeper levels of consciousness. Thoughts may create mental images, but feelings give those images power and vitality. When an idea carries genuine feeling, it becomes more than a thought. It begins to feel real. That is why repeating affirmations without emotion often changes little. Words alone are not enough. Gratitude must be felt, relief must be felt, confidence must be felt, fulfillment must be felt. The goal is not to force emotion, it is to gently enter the emotional atmosphere of your desired reality. Imagine how you would feel if your wish were already fulfilled. Then allow yourself to experience that feeling. Feel the relief of knowing everything worked out. Feel the gratitude of receiving what you desired. Feel the peace of no longer worrying. Feel the joy of accomplishment. As these feelings become familiar, they begin shaping your identity. You stop living as someone waiting for life to improve. You begin living as someone who already carries the essence of what they seek. This is where true transformation begins. Not in the outer world first, but within. So stop waiting for circumstances to give you permission to feel fulfilled. Do not postpone peace. Do not postpone gratitude. Do not postpone confidence. Choose them now. The feeling is not the reward at the end of the journey. The feeling is the path itself. One of the greatest obstacles to receiving what you desire is the belief that you must force it into existence. Many people spend years struggling, pushing, and trying to control every detail of their lives. They believe that if they think about the desire and work hard enough, they can guarantee the outcome. Yet they often end up exhausted, frustrated, and discouraged. Why? Because there is a profound difference between inspired action and forced effort. Inspired action flows naturally from confidence and clarity. Forced effort comes from fear and uncertainty. One is rooted in trust. The other is rooted in the belief that everything depends on your constant struggle. When you feel responsible for making every piece of life fit together perfectly, you create enormous pressure. You carry your desires like heavy burdens instead of joyful possibilities. Think about how often people become consumed by a goal. They wake up thinking about it, they worry all day, they go to sleep wondering when it will happen. The hidden problem is that all this effort often reinforces the feeling of lack. Every time you anxiously check for results, you remind yourself that you do not yet see them. Without realizing it, you stay emotionally connected to the very condition you wish to escape. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. Once planted, its growth depends on natural processes. You can water it and care for it, but you cannot force it to grow faster by digging it up every day. Constantly disturbing it would prevent its development. Yet many people treat their desires exactly this way. They plant an intention, then immediately begin digging it up with doubt, fear, and impatience. They want instant evidence, they want guarantees. But growth does not respond well to force. Life often unfolds through timing and opportunities that cannot be predicted in advance. A chance meeting changes your future. An idea arrives at the perfect moment. This is why letting go of excessive control matters. When you stop trying to make everything happen, you create space for life to move. You become more receptive, more relaxed, more available to unexpected solutions. This does not mean becoming passive. It means changing the energy behind your actions. You still pursue your goals and take steps forward, but your actions come from confidence rather than desperation, from trust rather than fear. A person acting from trust is not constantly measuring progress or panicking over delays. They understand that temporary appearances do not define the final outcome. So they remain calm, focused, and open. And this openness is powerful. When your mind is not consumed by worry, you think more clearly. When you are not overwhelmed by fear, you make better decisions. When you stop forcing outcomes, you begin noticing opportunities that anxiety had hidden from view. Many people discover something surprising when they finally relax. The opportunities they were chasing begin appearing more naturally. The answers they desperately sought become clearer, not because they stopped caring, but because they stopped resisting. So if you have been carrying a desire with stress and urgency, step back and ask yourself, am I acting from trust or from fear? Am I allowing life to unfold or trying to force every outcome? Receiving does not come from endless strain. It comes from alignment, clarity, and inner acceptance. Keep your vision, keep your faith, keep taking inspired action. But release the pressure, release the obsession, release the need to control every step. Because the moment you stop trying to make it happen is often the moment you become open to receiving it. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs occur not when you push harder, but when you finally relax and allow life to work with you instead of against you. Now here is one of the most transformative ideas you can ever embrace: the ability to live in the emotional reality of your wish fulfilled. Most people react emotionally to circumstance. If conditions are favorable, they feel happy. If circumstances become challenging, they feel discouraged. The outer world runs the inner world. But there is another way. Instead of letting present circumstances dictate how you feel, you can consciously choose the emotional state that would naturally exist if your desire were already fulfilled. This is not pretending. It is not denying facts. It is recognizing that your inner state has creative power. So think about a goal that matters deeply to you and ask yourself a simple question. If this desire were already fulfilled, how would I feel? Relieved, grateful, confident, secure, joyful? These emotions reveal what you truly seek. People do not seek wealth for money itself. They seek the freedom and security they believe wealth will bring. People do not seek love merely for companionship. They seek connection, acceptance, and fulfillment. The feeling is the essence. Pause on that for a second. So why wait? Why postpone gratitude until circumstances change? Why postpone peace until a goal is reached? The power lies in experiencing those emotions now. When you enter the emotional reality of the wish fulfilled, you stop living as someone who is waiting. Imagine two people pursuing the same goal. One constantly worries about whether it will happen. They check for signs, they doubt themselves. The other person has the same goal, but spends time cultivating the feeling of fulfillment. They imagine success. They feel gratitude in advance. Which person is likely to experience greater peace, clarity, and resilience? The answer is obvious. This practice becomes powerful before sleep, when the body relaxes and the mind becomes receptive. Imagine a simple scene that implies your desire has already been fulfilled. It does not need to be dramatic. A conversation, a moment of celebration, a quiet feeling of gratitude. The key is not the complexity of the scene, but the reality of the emotion. Feel the relief, feel the satisfaction, feel the joy. Allow those emotions to become natural. The more often you experience them, the more familiar they become. And what becomes familiar begins to feel normal. What feels normal influences your expectations. What influences your expectations shapes your experience. Over time, you stop reacting to life as the person who lacks. You begin responding as the person who already possesses what they desire. So tonight, ask yourself, how would I feel if my wish were already fulfilled? Then enter that feeling. Breathe from it, think from it, act from it. Now comes one of the most difficult lessons. How to trust what you cannot yet see. The human mind wants proof. It wants visible evidence, immediate results, and clear signs of progress. When those signs are absent, doubt appears. Is this working? Why has nothing changed yet? But some of the most important transformations in life occur beneath the surface, long before they become visible. Think about a seed planted deep in the ground. For days or even weeks, there may be no visible evidence above the soil. If someone judged only by appearances, they might assume the seed is inactive. But beneath the soil, roots are spreading, growth is taking place, life is developing in hidden ways. The same applies to inner transformation. Whenever you adopt a new state of being, something begins changing within you. It may not be visible immediately, but beneath the surface, new beliefs are taking root, new expectations are replacing old limitations. This process requires patience. Unfortunately, many people interrupt it by constantly checking for results. Trust means leaving the seed in the ground. Trust means allowing growth without constant interference. This is not blind faith. It is a recognition that life often develops in stages that are not immediately apparent. Consider how many important things require unseen preparation. A building needs a foundation before it rises. A tree develops roots before it reaches upward. A skill requires practice before mastery appears. The same is true of personal transformation. You may not see dramatic changes yet, but that does not mean nothing is happening. Perhaps your mindset is becoming stronger. Perhaps opportunities are quietly aligning. Trust allows you to remain steady during this period. Without trust, every delay feels threatening. Without trust, every obstacle feels permanent. But when trust is present, you see circumstances differently. One of the greatest benefits of trust is peace. When you trust the process, you stop carrying the burden of constant worry. You stop obsessing over timing. You live fully in the present. This peace creates clarity. You notice opportunities more easily. So if you are in a season where results seem invisible, do not mistake silence for inactivity. Do not mistake delay for failure. Remember the seed beneath the soil. Remember the roots growing in darkness. Some of life's greatest miracles begin quietly, developing beneath the surface until the perfect moment arrives. Trust the unseen process, and trust that what you have accepted within is already moving toward expression. One of the greatest misunderstandings about achieving desires is the belief that you must chase what you want. People spend years pursuing success, love, wealth, and happiness, as though these things exist somewhere outside themselves. Now, they run after opportunities, they force outcomes. Yet the harder they chase, the more distant fulfillment often seems. Chasing reinforces the feeling that what you want is separate from you. It places the desire in the future and creates a gap between you and it. But here is the shift that changes everything. What if the key was not chasing the desire, but becoming the version of yourself who already experiences it? Becoming means embodying the qualities, emotions, and assumptions of the person you wish to be. Instead of waiting for life to change before you feel different before life changes. You stop identifying with the version who lacks and start identifying with the version who possesses. This is not pretending. It is choosing a new identity. Think of someone who feels worthy versus someone who constantly doubts their worth. Their circumstances may be similar, but their experience of life is dramatically different. One expects good things, the other expects disappointment. The difference lies in their state of being. Chasing says, I need this to be complete. Becoming says, I am already complete, and from this completeness I welcome greater experiences. So if there is a dream in your heart today, ask a more powerful question. Who would I be if this desire were already fulfilled? Then begin becoming that person. Think as they think, feel as they feel. Make fulfillment your identity, not your destination. You do not receive by chasing, you receive by becoming. One of the most overlooked truths is that receiving requires a very different energy than striving. Most of us were taught that everything valuable must be earned through relentless effort. So when we desire something deeply, our first instinct is to tighten our grip. Yet there comes a point where effort must give way to allowing. There comes a point where the seed has already been planted, and the only thing left is trust. Many people block themselves from receiving because they remain in a constant state of tension. Think about how different life feels when you are relaxed compared to when you are anxious. Anxious, your attention narrows and everything feels urgent. Relaxed, your awareness expands and you notice opportunities. Relaxation is not weakness, it is openness, the willingness to trust that life can support you. Imagine standing beside a river. You cannot force the water to move faster. Your role is not to push the current. Your role is to trust its movement. Life works the same way. Moments for action, moments for allowing. So if you have been carrying a dream with tension, consider a different approach. Take a deep breath, release the pressure, release the timeline, release the need to know exactly how everything will happen, then relax. Not because you are giving up, but because you understand a profound truth. What is meant for you does not require endless struggle to arrive. Sometimes the greatest miracle occurs when you finally relax and allow yourself to receive. Receiving is not something you make happen. Receiving is something you become available for. Today we explored a different path. Feeling is the foundation of receiving. Striving often reinforces the belief that something is missing. Fulfillment can be felt before visible evidence appears. Trust the unseen process and become the version of yourself who naturally receives. So stop asking when it will happen. Stop placing your happiness in the future. Choose the feeling now. Choose gratitude now. Choose peace now. Choose confidence now. Choose fulfillment now. Let those feelings become familiar, become natural, become part of your identity. Then allow life to do what it does best. Allow it to surprise you. Allow it to open doors. Because when you relax into the feeling of already having what you desire, you stop living as someone who is waiting. You begin living as someone who is receiving. And from that state, everything changes. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may need this encouragement. And tell me in the comments, What feeling are you choosing to relax into today? Remember, your power is not found in forcing outcomes. It is found in the state you choose to occupy. So trust, relax, receive, and know that the reality you have imagined may already be closer than you think.